no way.
Right. All right, I'm putting my water in the warm water so that I can warm it up naturally so that it's not cold. And then we're gonna do this blowout cut and style without using any product whatsoever. That's the best part. And so you're sure about shortening one side shorter than the other?
Yeah, I can kind of show you. Like a bob, basically.
Mm-hmm.
An uneven bob.
Gotcha, yes.
But not super, super short, but just, you know, we can play around with it.
Okay. You know, I do things cautiously, so I'll take photos. I'll do what you ask me to do, then we'll take a photo, we'll look at it, and you'll tell me if you want more cut off or if what I've cut off is enough.
Okay.
That way, you get exactly what you want. Come on back. That's the tricky part in this industry, is you'd be surprised how many clients do not want their length cut off, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I was younger, yeah, I was like that. I mean, now I know it'll grow.
But it's not for everybody, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some people will watch other people chop their length off, and they'll watch them grow back, and then they'll assume, oh, my hair, I can chop my hair like she did, and mine's gonna grow back like that. Cause mine, girl, I could never. I would love to have your length. Kill for it.
Well, you know, Tanya, until I started coming to you, my length wasn't past my shoulder.
I wish I could come to Miss Tanya too, but I can't.
I know, Tanya.
I can only watch y'all grow and thrive, and I wish I could obtain the results that I provide you ladies, but I can't do my own hair. It's very frustrating. It's almost like cooking, landing that perfect meal for everybody else, and then when you cook it for yourself, it's all nasty.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out right. Imagine how frustrating that would be. So I just do my best with my hair, you know, but I definitely have what's called the second best result in you ladies, because I just can't do the back of my hair like I can do y'all's.
I know. And does your daughter do the technique of my water?
She does, but she's not me. I mean, she don't do nothing the way I do. She doesn't trim the way I do. She does not straighten the way I do. She doesn't do the scalp the way I do.
I got you.
So she doesn't even use it herself, you know. So she just, no one can give me what I do.
I got you.
I've been searching for years, and every time I sit down with a stylist, I suffer big time. Big time.
Now, are you still training women in your my water? Or
I don't want to
it's
train
not
nobody.
receptive?
No, I don't want to train nobody anymore. Because it seems that I'm the only one that really cares about
Because then
hair.
they do it their way.
Not so much that. Stylists are saying that they don't want to do nothing extra. Stylists are saying I got y'all spoiled and that I do way too much, like starting y'all on time. I'm supposed to, like, you know, I know you wait on your baby, but I'm supposed to double book you and have y'all out there in the parking lot or in the lobby
I know.
waiting on me for minutes. I'm supposed to cut your hair short every time I see you. I'm never supposed to let it grow out, you know. I'm supposed to put a whole bunch of oil and serum in your hair and spritz it hard when you leave, you know.
No.
It's so different with what I do. So I realized that it is an anointing and a favor that God gave me. And because I can't find nobody to do hair the way I do hair. Everyone wants to get it done right away, or everyone wants to use a chemical, a protein, or a relaxer, or keratin. And if they're not using all that, they're still putting so much product into your hair. That's what causes us to get poofy. You now see, look how soft your hair was. That was never the case before.
Right.
When we was using conditioner. Okay.
Right. And because I don't put anything on my hair.
That's the key. That's the key. I think the more we put on our hair is how we get it soft. It's the less. The least we put on black hair is how you get it soft. Not the more. I have that all backwards.
I think we ordered it at throwback.
For years. I would say yeah, hold on first. Then step around. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
You all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Perfect. All right.
But I did like my water, and it did seem to, I noticed one thing, it worked on my digestive system really well.
Yes, everyone says that. They notice that it helps them to poop a little better. And that's because of it's soft water. It's not heavy water like the tap water and pure store-bought waters are. So, alrighty, so just hydrated you with my Water Beauty solution instead of using conditioner. Look at the manageability. I remember when I used conditioner, I could never even comb through relaxed hair like this. It's so manageable. And you've done so well at home. Can't even comb a mannequin out like this. It's true. White girl hair and mannequin hair be tangled. And now we have this hair heaven of manageability with hardly any hair loss too. There's all the hair.
It's easy to manage.
Heck yeah. Do your blowout. Without adding any product. That's why you don't have any smoke in the room. Because I didn't add a whole bunch of conditioner. Yeah. So many people don't notice all the benefits that I provide because they're not used to it.
Yeah, because you know when people are blow drying, you just see all that.
Oh, that smoke in the room. That's ridiculous. That's why most people don't even show their blowout. Because they know it's crazy.
I don't know. The older I get, the worse smell is burnt hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. The lady up front, she stinks up the whole building. And I don't think her or her clients understand that we all can smell it. And I used to do the same thing when I was over at Solar. I think that comes with ceramics, because I used to use ceramic flat irons. And ceramic flat irons are porous. They absorb. That's why they get so dirty so fast. So all of that odor from the client before then soaked into the plate. And now you done reheated it. Yes. That be the flat iron stinking like that. Because of all that buildup that the ceramic plates hold. That's where that comes from. That's one of the reasons I switched to the titanium. They never have buildup on them hardly. And they never chip either. Those ceramic plates, they end up chipping, and then they start snagging your hair and breaking them. There's all kind of problems with ceramic plates. So I think that's that smell. Because if you take out a brand new flat iron, you don't have that odor.
No, you don't.
No. Or when the buildup is not there. You only have that odor when you're using a flat iron that has a bunch of buildup on it.
So that is something.
And I used to be confused, like, where is the buildup coming from? That's because when I was using a moisture shampoo only on black hair, that doesn't cleanse us. A moisture shampoo does not thoroughly cleanse.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, it doesn't. All you did was make some bubbles. Like, I used to think that, oh, well, if there's bubbles, the hair is clean. That's a myth and that was a lie. Because that's a lie. Because hair, it should squeak. You know how it got to squeak? Yeah. So all them years that I was having those issues, I wasn't using the right products, and no wonder. Moisture shampoo is for weave or a mannequin. You're not supposed to use that on black hair. Only. You gotta strip. You gotta remove the buildup, you know? especially if you haven't washed. So I tell everyone now that I've done the research,
Mhm.
a moisture shampoo is for someone that washed their hair like in the last 3 days. Period.
Okay.
That's not us. We know we ain't washed our hair in 3 days. We go at least 14 days without washing our heads. We have to embrace that and understand we have 14 days worth of sweat buildup. We know our sweat stinks. We know the sweat makes us itch. It's building. It doesn't disappear. It don't evaporate. So I now understand to use a moisture, that's like using lotion on our bodies. It didn't remove nothing. All we did was go through the motions. And our hair shows it. Like, the reason the hair is so tangled is because it's still dirty. There's still a whole bunch of stuff on our hair. That's why the combs and brushes ain't gliding through, or the pick ain't gliding through. I never knew that, because it's not like our hair turns a different color, right? When we got a lot of oil on it, or we got a lot of sweat on it. We can't see all of that. So I think we don't think that it's there when it's really there. Because you can feel it. You can tell how the hair is acting. Black hair ain't supposed to act like that. It's supposed to be just like this. Beautiful, flowy, and manageable. I now realize if you have to use a whole bunch of product on black hair, you kind of don't know what you're doing.
And you do see so much product.
I won't say you don't know what you're doing, you just don't follow the holistic approach. You don't use my water. If you're using conditioner, you're gonna need a whole bunch of product. But when you use my water, you don't need none. Shoot, what makes more sense? I think.
You know, because you do. I think it's just all about.
It's all about popularity.
Yeah.
What's popular.
Making it look good.
Or making the money, whatever makes the money. That's true, making it look good, regardless if it's
Whether it's healthy or not.
oily.
We keep coming out, and maybe we could just go with the fullness today,
Okay?
and then I can play around with it.
It's so up to you. If you want to cut it today, we can cut it today. And if you don't, we don't have to. It's so up to you. Warm that there?
Yeah.
Warm in the middle? There, warm over here. And warm over here. So now is the time to decide. I'm going to go ahead and straighten you.
I'm thinking this would be the shorter side.
Your right side. That'll be cool.
But I don't know if it's long enough over here. You see what I'm saying? But
What
I
do you
think
mean long enough?
to have the uneven,
So you would want this side shorter?
no longer.
Right, and this side shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So
Okay.
it's long enough.
Okay.
Were you just talking about me chopping it that short?
A little bit, not quite that short.
To the collar then?
Yeah,
Not a problem.
I think.
So you would lose about that many inches. All of this would come off
Okay.
of this side. And then I would block it all the way around to about here.
Okay.
Then this is where I will allow the slope.
The length, okay.
Correct. Then at that point, you'll have to tell me how long you want that left side.
Okay. I think that'd be nice.
It will when you leave me, but are you doing it in between me? Because everything looks nice when you leave. Get in trouble with stylists because it's gonna always be cute.
Right.
I could chop you up and make it all disconnected and uneven, but as long as I style you, right, it's gonna be pretty.
Till it comes right.
But then when you go to sweat tonight or go to bed and you haven't wrapped it,
yeah, I will.
ooh, okay, well, even long term, as we know, about the second week, you'd have to really get up. You're gonna have to be flat ironing it in order to make it on point the way it's gonna look when you leave me. Otherwise, it's gonna get messy. And that's where you would have to say, Tanya, I don't care what it looks like. I just want this length up off my neck and something different.
Okay. I want something different.
So okay, with all right, got it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and straighten you out first, and we'll do the cut.
When I come back up in here, you'll be like, Tanya.
I told you. That's the first thing I'm gonna say is I told you not to cut it. But some of us, like I said, I get it. When you're going through a lot, I ain't gonna lie, I would never cut my length off. But that's where we're different. You look at the growth you got. I wish my hair would stretch out like this.
What were you thinking as far as putting more body into it today?
I'm with bringing you up. I just don't like the idea of asymmetric.
So
yeah. No. Making you uneven like that. Why don't we just do an even bob and go on around? And you can still.
Because if we do an even bob, I can work with it.
What do you mean work with it?
If we do an even bob, it can ease me into that asymmetrical. I can see how I do with the bob. And then.
Yeah. That is an approach, because as it grows, I'll keep one side shorter and keep cutting this side and allow this side to come back down.
Yeah, we can kind of work with it.
But then, I'm okay with that. And again, it's so up to you.
It's not drastic. I see what you're saying. Don't go to something drastic, and then you won't be able to kind of ease into it.
Well, yes, and I'm okay as long as you know you're okay with it. It's my job to make sure you're aware of the result of your choice. So many clients, they just get antsy is what I call it. I want something different. And then they say, oh, just chop it off. And then unhappy about it.
Yeah,
like, well, Tanya, I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to put it in a ponytail. Tanya, I didn't know. And it's hot. So you're going to get way poofier.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wear it up on my head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of wearing it up on my head all the time.
Gotcha.
Because I want a style.
And are you okay with styling it? Because even though I do what I do today, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you're all right.
And I got time to do it.
There it is. There it is.
It's not like I don't have the time.
Right.
And maybe I need to take the time, to take the time to make my, do something for me. For me to do something for me.
Yes. And it sounds like
if I'm invested in, yeah.
I just like to make sure that the decisions that we make, are the right decisions, and that we're not going to regret it. And that's uncomfortable to do. For you to say chop it off, and for me to say, are you sure?
I know what you said. I know what you said.
Stylists would just go ham. And definitely would just, they'd be so happy when a client want to chop. They'd be, yes!
Oh, I know.
They'd be, yes! I get to get the shears out! I get to do the black! Yes! They'd be so happy.
And you'd be like, no, I just wanted to trim.
My ass
not cut. I just wanted to trim.
And then the cuts be so disconnected and choppy. Come this way for me. There you go. Get these edges. I always tell everyone that's the tricky part. It's going to always look good when you leave the chair. That's what we do. But you've got to make sure that once it gets messy, that you're okay with what it takes to get it back to looking good again. I went through that before. Cut my hair, and she did not warn me about the life with that cut. I didn't know that I would look crazy once I started sweating. I looked like a little boy. I couldn't believe it. Like I had a little afro.
You have to put so much work into it.
I couldn't do it myself. She didn't even ask. She didn't even check with me to make sure that I could manage a shortcut. So I did not have any small flat irons at home, so once I got frizzy, I looked crazy as all outdoors. Had to then throw a hat or a wig on because she cut me that short and I wasn't prepared for it.
I got you.
That can cause massive agony at home. You'd be so mad. That's why most women don't even come back to the salon because they're like, dang, I'm so short now. You know what I mean? I can't even do nothing with it. So that's why I'm happy to hear that you're okay with redoing your hair and keeping yourself on point at home. I'm gonna use some IC to lay those down,
Okay.
and they're just gonna poke out like that. And that comes from brushing through it when it's kinky. Yeah, you gotta slow down. You're brushing too fast, and you're breaking your own hairs in the front. That's
over here's pretty better than over here. This is crazy over here.
I'd say it's the same over here.
You think
it's all the way around? If I was to do like this, you've lost a lot of hair here, and it's coming back further. That's why I want you to be more careful because that's what's going to happen. It's just going to keep coming further back and further back, and that's how a lot of women end up losing their front because they just be snatching. I've been watching so many clients go way too fast for frizzy hair. You can go that fast when it's smooth, but once it gets crinkled, you gotta go slow.
Okay.
I call our texture kind of just like speed bumps in the street.
Yeah.
You gotta slow down. Because if you go over it too fast, you're gonna tear up something, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm helping us to care for our hair a lot better. I think we used to thinking our stuff is like a mannequin or something.
We think it's so tough that it
you can do anything to it and it ain't gonna break.
Because it ain't, I mean, we confuse that texture with strength.
I get it. That's almost ready. Almost showtime. I think it'll be beautiful. Oh, it's gonna be bomb once I get done. Very pretty. And you want it straight, right? Kind of feathered, I'm thinking.
Yes.
You said you could show me what you're talking about?
Oh,
that's always best, just so that I can see what your mind is thinking.
What are we doing now?
You said you wanted an asymmetrical.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
All right. And you said you had an ideal in mind?
Yeah, I have a friend on Facebook that's got kind of that.
Sweet. That'll just help me to see what you mean, because some people think a lot is a little bit, so you gotta clarify.
Not quite as intense as hers.
Let me see.
Not quite that intense, but.
Okay, you trying to go that short?
No, I don't want to go that short on the side.
Okay.
I just kind of want, like what you said, right about here, and then a little longer here.
Gotcha. So, like I said, you're going to walk me through this so that I can give you exactly. Yeah, hers is super, super, super short. That's tapering the neck. Yeah. That's what you clients sometimes don't understand. Excuse me, what you're looking at. Her neck is tapered. She ain't got no hair right here.
Right, and I don't want that.
Okay.
I just want the length here and right here. I think like you said, right here, and then come around. Like that, but that's going in the direction I want to go. Not quite that short though.
Okay, you got it.
Because I don't want nothing shaved in the back and stuff.
It would definitely be cute. I just gotta make sure that we're ready.
Yeah, we'll start with.
Do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you've seen how her neck, right? She
don't live here now.
Oh, she's in North Carolina.
And she don't live here now. And actually, she's a prophetess prayer warrior.
Oh.
But she was on this YouTube thing where it was a little thicker. It's even growing in. Let's see where it's coming.
How long has she left here? Has it been since she moved from here?
Oh gosh, it's been. Oh, I think she's been there probably since 2014.
Oh, that's why. She's in heat and humidity.
Yes, that's true. But she's always had pretty hair. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That kind of hair that, you know, she would cut it off. But at the same time, I don't want nothing
You don't want
where it's shaved in the back or nothing, because I have too many cowlicks.
Don't matter. If somebody knows what they're doing,
That's
you
true.
can have 50 cowlicks and you'll be all right.
Well, the people, last time I had a style where I had it shaved up in the back, Sonny was a baby, and it was, something else with them cowlicks.
And that's only if you're like fading is when the cowlicks matter. You gotta go really short to even affect the cowlick, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
You only see it when your hair is short.
That's true.
And then
That's true.
I had to do so much research along the way, because this industry, honey, will have you all confused.
Because, you know, if you just get to cutting on somebody's hair and that stuff starts appearing, you'd be like, oh, Lord, what am I doing? You gotta know what you're doing.
There you go. Perfect.
And anymore, you wonder what they're really teaching
What you mean?
in the beauty schools.
Girl, they only teach us how to do mannequins. And the only thing they teach us to do to black hair is either braid it, lock it, or give it a relaxer. We're not even supposed to be letting it air dry and playing that curly stuff.
Oh,
Where
wow.
beauty school said I'm supposed to braid you, lock you, or relax you is what we're supposed to do with the black people.
Oh my God.
In the book, that's what they say, because the roller sets for they use the white, they give the impression that stuff is for the white people. We all know this. That went to beauty school anyway. So they kind of give this misconception, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even really practice on real hair. It would be great if when we were in beauty school, we were able to like practice on human beings, but we don't. And what happens is when you're in beauty school, you get used to that scenario. That weave scenario, right?
Yeah.
So when you get out into the industry and you get a real head like yours, you don't know what to do, because I'm not sure, why are the ends like this? And why is her nape hair so much shorter than this hair up here?
Yeah.
That's not how the mannequins are. The mannequins
It's
give us
just
a full head of hair with no thin edges, no uneven areas, none of that. So we don't really know what to do when you get out into the industry and you get what's called a real life scenario, because let's be clear, ain't a whole bunch of black women going to no beauty school to get their hair done. Most black women would be like, I ain't going to no beauty school. So all you do is get your hours on a mannequin. And that's why the industry is struggling the way it is. And then to continue doing the same thing that you were taught on the mannequins, on black hair with the same tools that you were given in beauty school. Ooh, imagine.
And then that's why so many girls be wearing them wigs and stuff.
That is exactly why so many girls wear wigs, because of the comfortability that beauty school provides. I hated them mannequins. Hated them. I couldn't stand practicing on a mannequin. There ain't even hair in the whole darn thing. It's all spacey. When you pull it out to cut it, you got holes. That made me mad. You got to be real different to be like, ooh, this is great. And maybe because when I went to beauty school, I was experienced. I didn't step into beauty school to learn how to do hair. That's unfortunate.
That
if
was
that's
just to
you.
get your license?
Hold on, be still, baby, right there, be still. I only went to get my license. I didn't go to learn how to do black hair. I was already servicing black hair for 16 years before I decided to go get my license. I never wanted to be who I am today. I never wanted to do what I'm doing. I wanted to be a gang member, to be honest with you. And I wanted to sell drugs because I was good at both. I didn't like high school. I didn't like going to class. I've been doing hair since I was a little girl. I did hair for free for 9 years. Somebody made me take money for doing hair because my whole attitude is, no, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not trying to be a professional. And it has evolved, right? Into all of this, I think, because I just kept at it. And I never gave up, never stopped. I just continued to self-educate myself and noticing things in order to change, you know, to provide us with better. And it's not that like we're doing today. We're still doing a cut, but I just do things differently.
Yeah, I got you.
Safer, you know what I mean? Like with today, making sure that what we're asking for is really what's wanted. There's so many words that describe the same thing nowadays.
I just, you know, I don't want that short, but I just kind of want that effect of the uneven. You know.
I got you. I'm about to give you an asymmetrical vibe. It's gonna be so cute.
I trust you.
And it's not gonna be choppy. I'm gonna cut it properly and precisely.
Now, you charge extra for the cut, right?
I'm not gonna charge you extra for the cut, but yeah, I charge $40 extra for haircuts because my trims are free, as you know, as long as we're trimming, because I know that that's not a full, you know, service. I'm not trimming, I'm not snipping every strand when I'm trimming. A haircut takes real skill set. You gotta know what you're doing to do a real haircut, to make it right and to make it even. So I only charge $40. There's some people charge $65 extra for a haircut, especially layered cuts. But you are so good to me. You are, both in spirit as well in support. I mean, you're the one that came first. You brought some, you know, you brought your daughter. Excuse me, to me.
She thought I was crazy too.
I remember when she first came, she was so timid and she was so scared, but she trusted you and she knew that her mother, who was not going to mislead her, honey, or forsake her. So she trusted the process, and she's learned so much about her hair.
I wish my sisters would listen to me.
You know, the thing
They're
is,
just so old school.
Not everyone cares about their hair, and that's one thing that I had to understand, even about Denver clients. Some just like going to get their hair done, and they really don't care what you're using, and they don't care if you cut it off. They don't care if you go double book them, you know what I mean? They just like being in the space. I've talked to women like that. Some have that God-given gift of growth, so they realize, like, I don't need all that help. My hair grows, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to be there every 2 weeks. My hair growth is fine.
And see, that's where my sisters are, I think, because they don't go nowhere. They just do it themselves.
That's majority of women do their own hair themselves. That's why you got to be grateful to those that do book.
I don't know, I've always seen it as, you have when I was younger and I couldn't afford to get it done as much as I'd like to. Everybody, that was a good thing, but you know, like I treat myself on Mother's Day. I mean, it's one of those things that it's just kind of like, I'm horrible at self-care.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one of those things that made me feel good because it was some self-care.
Right.
I don't know how to explain.
I get it totally.
I'm just horrible with self-care. And now, you know, when I was young, I didn't have the resources.
The money.
Right.
Correct.
And now I have the resources, but I just don't feel.
You know, I train on the importance of that. Of what's called demographics of clientele base.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because there's so many young stylists of the world. And when I say young, I mean they're in their 20s and 30s, right? But clients of that age are the ones that struggle the most with staying consistent, being patient, and being committed, especially with that patient part. I service young girls all the time, and they come to me and they want everything fixed right away. It's like, that's not how things go.
Right, and that microwave mentality.
You said microwave mentality. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So they don't do well with restoration. It's like, you know, you've gone months without a trim. So you can't expect your ends to not be frizzy and poofy, and you don't want to chop it off. You got to understand the, approach. And if you don't have a provider, like I just did warning you about, like doctors. Imagine if doctors just listened to Black women, or women in general, and just did whatever they wanted done.
I think they do. You know they do.
I think that is true.
They do.
To a certain extent.
But they shouldn't. But they shouldn't. And you know, Black women are just like, let me get in here, let me get out.
Right.
And it's a whole culture shift.
Man.
My generation.
My generation too.
Yeah, because we've influenced y'all, but I think things are changing as far as you go into doctor's office. You advocate for yourself. You learn. You start. I mean, if you've gotten burnt, I know I teach my daughter. Yeah. You advocate.
That's right.
You don't just let them tell you what they're going to do. Because we came up with that generation.
Make sense, at least.
Where they just want to tell you, well, you take this. Why? And for what reason? And what did my lab say? And and
it's okay to tell your doctor no. Tell your doctor, no, I don't want to take that pill. No, I don't want that injection. How about let's try something else? We don't have to go along. You're right with everything. All right, so now we're going to coach.
But that's it. I'm coming to the conclusion that I can't keep up on my house like I want to, but I just don't want nobody in my house.
I feel you. I'm gonna ask that you hold a mirror so that you can watch it.
Okay.
You already told me that you want this side here to be, this side over here to be the short side, correct?
Yeah.
So as you see what I'm doing, I'm trying to neatly determine your part, which is gonna be there, okay? You see that? And is that okay? Because it's gonna be hidden by these short hairs. Short hairs are hard to control.
Okay.
They're so much wilder than long hair. But just that part is the only thing I want you paying attention to right now. Is that part okay?
Yeah, I think so.
You want me to take it
Take
from
it just
here?
a little bit more.
So all this falls this way?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Like that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's get started. Let's get to chopping. Properly. Keep your head still for me. This will be your long area on this side. And then I'm going to symmetric this side.
I almost went to jail on Father's Day.
Did you say you almost went to jail? Oh, you gotta call me. I'll go for you. Sure.
The CNA let my husband fall out his chair
Oh no.
and just stood there looking at him. I said, oh Lord, help me, Lord, help me.
All right, I need your help real quick. I need you to get your mirror.
Okay.
And look at your hair. You see that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This first slick is what's called my guideline. This is going to be your first length, if that makes sense.
Okay.
How short you're gonna actually be.
Okay.
So with your collar being there, you want me to come here
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
or here? What's that? You want me to come way up here?
No, come down a little bit.
Okay, good choice. You know I'm
Okay.
messing with you back here
Yes,
for a
yes,
reason.
yes, I know you.
Alrighty, because I want you to know your options. So I would say here,
Okay.
okay? Because right now your head is straight up. So when you put your head down, that length is going to end up above your collar.
Okay.
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 So we're going to come to here, correct?
Okay.
All right. Look ideal?
Uh-huh. That looks good.
Good.
I can do a little bit better.
You can follow suit.
Let me just bend my hip.
No, just keep it straight for you.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Some reason I'm losing mine. My husband, he said, you need to change.
You want to check it out so far? Let me get your length out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm beveling your ends so that it's not no Dora blunt bob cut.
I got you.
It's going to be sexy.
I got you.
All right, good. So now I'm going to get ready to critique your long side. Now I need you to tuck your chin to your chest as hard as you can. There you go. Perfect. Comfortably, but just tuck it. There you go. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
I do things so differently.
What you thinking?
Just how others do things and then how I do it is just so different.
My friend that I showed you the thing, she's from here, from Denver. She grew up here. We don't talk as much, but
Now I need you to try to look at me over this shoulder. There you go. Perfect.
you know how Facebook is.
I can't stand Facebook. It's so, ugh.
Every once in a while I go on. I don't post nothing no more.
It's different. It's a different world. Some different type of folks over on there sometimes.
I prefer the way it used to be. Just pick a phone call somebody. You know?
Yeah. All right. I just need you to in the mirror check this side.
Okay.
So if I pick up the tail, you see your cut.
Okay.
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 And then when I drop it,
Okay.
and if you look in the mirror,
Oh, I see.
you see it?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm trying to show you the
Uh-huh. The way it comes around.
graduation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now you may say, Tanya, that's too wide,
Uh-huh.
and you want it more skinnier. Then I'm gonna cut more into this panel here on in the front.
No, I think it's okay.
I think this is a good starting point.
I do too.
Alrighty, now as far as this side, you want to be blunt with this length here. Is that okay?
Yeah. I think it's okay.
That's all right there at the
Uh-huh.
shoulder.
To be right there with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And I'm a feather, it's gonna be real,
Okay.
real jazzy, razzy.
Okay.
You know this?
I know I needed something different.
Lord, you just made my stomach hurt cutting all that off. I'm about to show you. Look at all this. Oh, heavens Lord, look at all this. It is okay. It's playtime now. The hard part is over. Now I'm just gonna clean you up all over because now we need to clean up the top, which is something I see a lot of stylists not doing, is they do that blunt cut around the ends and then they don't ever clean up the top to ensure that the entire cut is on point and not just the bottom. Some people think, I guess I don't know how to cut because I prefer to trim.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they be like, she don't know what she doing. She need to go back to beauty school. No, I don't. Just do things differently, that's all. This is really good. Nice change. Your hair look like weave right now. It's so pretty. Super pretty.
It was summertime.
Hmm.
The summertime, that's the most annoying thing for me.
Get
Is
hot.
when it just around my neck. I don't like it. So I'm always putting it up, you know?
Yep.
But now I can They're
Get
just
some
hanging
air, you get
Yeah.
some air back there.
It looks a little empty right there. You see that?
And that comes from this area here. This is your ear area. Don't grab that right here. Look, I'm trying to show you something. You got hair loss right here. You see that
okay.
in the mirror? Right there.
Oh, wow. I got you.
See how thin you are right there?
Mm-hmm.
So there's
I see.
gonna
So
calm
when you
down.
trim it, yeah.
Yes, because all of your length is coming from up here and it stops
Okay.
about here. You see that? All
Okay.
of these hairs right here somehow have broken back in here. And I think that
And-
comes from
Is that the reason why that looks choppy, or is that, how's that gonna look when it's curled?
perfect. And it's
Okay.
not choppy. I beveled the back. You have
Okay.
so much hair back
I see
here.
what you're saying, it's gonna look like
This-
thick. I
You
got
didn't want it to be a blunt cut and you
Right.
didn't want it to be like heavy.
Right,
Because you're already thick and full back here.
right.
So,
So I see what you're saying.
and that's the downfall to cutting real hair. Real hair is never even like weave is.
I got you.
Weave and extensions is all even. I got all the same hairs. That's not the case on your head.
I got you.
So yes, I purposely beveled this
I got you.
area. You're even and down to your what's called your
Okay.
line. Yes. Now I can blunt it and get rid of this, but you would be so much shorter. Then it would be blunt cut,
No, I think
and
it's
then I
good.
think it's harder to grow back. So I did not cut up your neck area. Remember, we
got you.
kept it
Yeah.
there.
I like it.
Good, especially once I style it. I mean, most cuts are all choppy of the industry. They don't even be neat and precise.
But I got you. No, I see.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we can then restore into this cut, because then we need to do it consistently.
Yeah.
And eventually we'll get the perfect scenario.
It'll be full and everything. I got you.
And you definitely want that right side tucked behind your ear.
I like it, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I gotta go take my license picture too.
Oh, that's
And I
why
didn't
you.
wanna do it,
That's
cause
why
I
we
said I got all
you
this
with
messed up
it.
stuff going on with my mouth. I said, I need to change, some kind of change.
I think it's our climate doing that. So I don't know if you've noticed, but we've gotten super, super dry.
Yeah,
And it's affecting not just our skin, but it's affecting plants. Plants, even indoors, are super different.
that's true, that's so true.
Dirt is super drying out.
Well, we're high plains desert.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
never
really?
been this dry. I mean, they've been saying
Yeah.
that for 30 years, since I was born. But something's wrong now. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
well, yeah,
definitely wrong.
well, just look around the world. look at everywhere else, how it's just crazy with weather. And I think, you know, that's our direction that we're gonna go, is the dryness. Where other people getting tornadoes and floods and, you know, it's getting to the point where if we get a snowstorm, we happy.
There you go, perfect. It's got a lot of hair loss in here too. So it may fall funny, but just know it's just because your edges were so thin. Once you fold. She's in here. Look at the mirror. Look at your mirror. And look again just in this subsection.
I see what you're saying.
Your top hairs kind of hide that because your top hairs make you look real, real full, but the underneath is not as dense. And this is what you can do at night too.
Okay.
Get you a curl if you don't or can't curl it yourself with a curling iron. Because that's what you'll need to do to get the curl, you know what I mean? And make the body, is just curl her. If you don't want to use the curling iron, then pin curl at night.
Okay.
And she'll hold the curl. She's real thin. Not nearly as thick as on top. That's another kind of shocker too. When you go to cut sometimes, it's like, ooh, I didn't realize you were thinner underneath either. And look down for me. Cuts take so much more work and time. Slides, yeah.
Hmm.
She's definitely full up here.
I think I got that same color.
Do you? Perfect. As you can see, I love these titaniums because they've got mad grip. Ceramic, anything curling iron, they don't have grip. So your hair slides through them. And it makes you have to do so many more passes just to get it consistently straight. I never realized how hard the ceramics was making me work until I started using these. And I was like, hold up, this is so much straighter and easier in just one attempt. Man, so much better for me. So much better.
Your hand is used to that heat too.
Oh yeah, I've been getting burnt for years.
Because, you know, they come with a glove.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta
Glove
put
is
the
for
glove-
beginners.
I gotta put the glove on.
Yeah, yeah, or at home, for sure. For sure.
I got these cute little pink curlers. That
Rollers.
rollers,
Okay.
they're like and they do like a pin curl.
Good.
You just roll it and then snap it back. They used to, you know when they used to wear those, you know those curls back in the 50s, you know, those deep little curls. And that's the kind of curlers they used to use when they put their hair up in that. I'll bring you one and show you when I come back closer. If they work right. Well, even if they don't operate.
I was gonna say, I'd still, just, you know. You want your front to be curled or you want it to be more straight?
It's fine if it's curled.
Okay,
I mean, if I'm gonna
tuck
stick
it
it
in.
in, yeah, I'm gonna tuck it in there. And what temperature do you have it at?
I have it at 450
Yeah,
always.
that's what I do.
That's only on wash day though. You cannot use, you should not use the highest temp heat setting if you haven't washed your hair.
I got you.
Think of it just like our clothes,
Okay.
because you don't have to burn the hair in order to give it heat damage,
I
if
got
that makes sense.
I got you. It's super clean now, so it's okay. But as time goes, sweat and everything else.
Correct. Dust gets on our hair. People don't think about all the dust that settles on our hair. You press all that into the cortex when you choose. That's where heat damage comes from.
Okay.
Is flat iron and dirty hair. That's where heat damage comes from. Because heat alone is not damaging.
Okay.
I had to prove that to myself because I was like, wait a minute, I use a Marcel iron and I don't use heat protection and I don't burn nobody's hair, you know? So I was like, they don't know what they talking about when it comes to straightening hair because you gotta, I guess, use the right products in order to get the right result. Looking in the mirror, see how she's behaving.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's sexy, huh? And then you can make it more plain, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to make it so extra. But this effect is why I did what I did. I didn't want you to be all heavy
I
and
got you.
blunt, you know,
Mhm.
that's pretty. And then this is your A-line area. So you could, like I said, you can do it straight. And it looks better straight, so, I mean curl. No,
I like
need
it.
to get-
Yeah. Looks full. I like
It
it.
is, it is. It is very pretty. Front. Over into. So now make it pretty. I'm gonna control all those short strands and frizzy. You will need to do the
Yeah.
same. And the top is a little thin, so I think feathering is best because it allows you to have all this play up in there.
Okay.
Line side, really sexy.
You like this?
I'm gonna smooth all them hairs down. Maybe you want your hair on your face like this, or more off the face?
Up.
Off.
Yeah, yeah. Come in just a little. Yeah. I like
Just
that.
gotta-
Miss Tanya,
Alright.
you
Long
need a
as
happy woman today.
you like it. So what we do is just brush that like that. Then we take a brush and do this to smooth the side like that. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So that she's not as frizzy.
Yeah.
Guess these hairs gotta come over this way so that they're not poking out. Okay. Hold on. Got a little duck ass. That's what it's called. Honestly, I think we should have took it a little further to here.
What do you mean?
Well,
Longer?
No, just a little shorter. I think you're okay though.
Hopefully to right there. Short hair? Okay.
You're okay though.
We can work with it. And, you know, it's,
I think you need some more icy. She's a little wild. So let me calm it down a little bit. Just a little wide. It's just a little too what I call poopy-ish.
but it's, the body's good.
Yeah, you
Because
still
it'll
got
fall
your
out.
body. You still got it. It's just not as frizzy now. She's a little bit more controlled, if that makes sense. She's not as what I call frizzy. It's just because she's curled. I think we should do smaller curls. I try to do the same size curls all over. I mean, it's okay.
So next time we do just smaller.
Well, what I'm gonna do, yeah, all the way around, so that she's tighter up top, and not as loose as she is. Looks different now that I curled it.
And just push it forward.
Mhm.
There you go. Yeah. And then just gotta watch that.
Yeah, because of the lack of hair here.
Make me more conscious of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because the more this comes in, the fuller
So
it's
you're
gonna be.
okay with all of that hair?
Mhm.
This here is okay
Mhm.
versus being slick?
Mhm.
Okay. Because those hairs are probably gonna poke out. You can make it as full and body back there as possible. It's pretty. We just ain't
I
got this.
like that.
We just don't have the same play in the front. Ooh, it's really pretty.
So Reese can have a fit. My husband's gonna love it.
You like shorter hair?
Uh-huh. He likes both. As long as, but
He's gonna see your smile, so he's gonna be like,
he could tell I needed a change.
You know, take a look.
Okay. Oh, I like it.
It's very
Oh,
light.
darling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that.
It's different.
Gives me a little step, pep in my step.
Yes, it does. Definitely a difference. Cut all your hair off.
Look, I ain't happy.
I'm gonna cry in the car.
I'll sit down too.
Very pretty.
Hey, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm up to the curb right now,
Okay.
and I got your money.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Oh, I don't have this little mint my. That was the whole point. Put it in my mouth.
Oh, don't look straight ahead for me. Just wanna grab your photo. Pretty. Okay. All right. We'll send this to. I'll send those to you.
Okay.
You'll be able to look at them on the phone. But we are all done. Do I need to lower you?
No, I'm fine.
The higher, the better. Good job, good job.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm happy.
It's chic.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It doesn't just pull me down. I think
No,
that's
no.
what the
It's
issue
kind of
is.
spunky.
Yes.
Yes. Sweet.
Look
Don't
at
forget
Tanya.
your glasses.
She always hooks me up.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. You are welcome. And my face is magical.
My goodness, Lord. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all noticed, I was completely bothered with this session because I hate cutting off hair. I know I'm different. I know most individuals love chopping and doing what I just did. I don't like doing that. I'm different. I was completely traumatized. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. The gray is a strength. Like, man, that's really the law of attraction nowadays, ladies. Did y'all know that? That dark hair is played out. If you really want some attention and you really want some men getting at you, honey, baby, quit covering your grays and just rock them. Gray hair is the new law of attraction. I thought y'all knew. There's these young girls dyeing their hair gray to try and get the same approach, or the same result. So anyway, I thank y'all for watching. If you noticed, I do hair totally different. I don't hardly do anything beauty school trained me to do because I had to realize in my brain, like, I went to beauty school to do the mannequins and to pass the test. Beauty school did not prepare me for the industry. So I went back to be an educator for Empire Beauty Schools and realized like the word trim is not even in the book. I thought I was just sleep that day in theory or something and missed the trim situation because I was completely confused at the why clients keep coming in asking for this trim. What's a trim? I've only been trained to haircut. So when I went to go be an educator and we passed our haircut and certification, I was like, excuse me, Mr. Trainer. I was like, we ain't ready to go into color. We need to learn how to do this trim that I've been hearing about, because I think I was like the only educator that was still getting down behind the chair. All my other colleagues was all older chicks. They was done with the industry. So he was like, Tanya, we don't teach how to trim. I said, you don't? So then it was like, oh, I really have a gift. Because my Hispanic friend, I used to kick it with a Latina. She taught me how to dust the ends. Beauty school don't teach that. So now I see why there's such controversy and why there's so many individuals being traumatized when they're using the word trim. That means the client don't want to lose this much off the back. I did a haircut today. There's some people that would call that a trim, what I just did. That's a haircut. She got shorter, which is what she wanted, and she was so happy, which is what makes me happy. So I'm now done for the day. Today is Sunday. It's my overflow day. I usually don't try to work, but I didn't go live this morning from the house because I knew I was coming in here and I would catch up with all of you in here. So if you have any questions about anything that you just saw or watched me do and not use, like I didn't use no heat protectant, and you watched me use a Marcel and I didn't use any heat protectant. So that clearly shows you don't need it. And if you don't need it, why are you using it? The hair ain't what you think the hair is going to burn if you don't use no heat protectant. And please believe me, most people are using plug-ups. I use a Marcel. It don't have a cord. And it needs this thing to heat up with. Whew, I almost burnt myself. You don't need heat protectant. You don't need conditioner either. You don't need any serum, y'all. You don't need growth serum either to make the hair grow. I have a holistic approach to all of that. And guess what? These Denver clients is loving it. Loving it. They just drove all the way from Colorado Springs. That's not up the street and around the corner. That is like 100 miles away. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about all of you. Y'all might like the frizz and the kinkiness and the tangled ends and all the hair coming out and the combs and the brushes and in the sink. We didn't like all that. I didn't like all that. So I sought out and I stepped outside the box and I started testing stuff. Like, let me see what's going to happen if I don't use conditioner, and I was shook. Let me see what happens if I don't use any heat protectant. Still straight, didn't burn nothing. Let me see what happens if I don't use spritz with my curls. The curls still hold. Y'all just watched me curl her whole head and I didn't spray nothing. Nothing on the hair, and the curl holds. So I'm like, what is with everybody wanting to use all these products? So don't get mad at me because I did some research. If y'all ain't did no research, don't get mad at me. Shoot, be mad at yourself for still doing the same thing beauty school taught you. Shoot. You're supposed to get out and evolve, y'all. You're supposed to search for better tools. You're not supposed to still be using ceramic tools. Ceramic tools is what they gave you in beauty school, y'all. That's what's up, King Von. What's up, King Von? And what kind of video did you post last night? What was it about, baby? I love you, Von. I love you, love you, love you. Let me see how much money I made today. Y'all want to see how much money I made today? Now, mind you, I didn't do no braids. I didn't add in no extensions. I didn't do no relaxer, protein, keratin, or them stankin' Brazilian blowouts. I didn't do none of that. All I did was a shampoo. I ain't gonna lie. This is making all the difference in the world. This is why I don't have to use no heat protectant. This is why I don't have to really use no serum. This is why I don't have to use no spritz. Now, when I was using conditioner, y'all, I had to use all that because the hair was jacked up. The only hair that feels great after using conditioner is white people's hair. And if you keep believing that conditioner is for black people, you're gonna always struggle. But look, check it. This is how much I made with the first client. And then this is how much I made with the second client. And she said sorry because she wanted to give me more. Her total was only $185, but she dropped $200. And she said outside, baby, I'm going to hook you up next time. I said, you already did. You left me $15 tip. She said that wasn't enough. So unless you're making $400 for only 3 hours of your time and you doing 2 clients, I mean, we need to talk. It used to take me 2-3 days to make this kind of money. I make my booth rent with 1 client. It used to take me all week to try to make my booth rent. So I've definitely found a better way. I've definitely discovered better products. I'm definitely using better tools. I'm definitely talking a better game in here because I'm overbooked. I have a wait list, y'all. I got people waiting to get in to see me. I just had someone drive from South Dakota. You know that's a 12-hour drive from South Dakota to Denver, Colorado? And she's every 2 weeks? Who does that? But I guess you gonna do that when you book the holistic approach with Miss Tanya. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm about to go kick it. You know what I'm saying? Jazz in the park is cracking right now. I'm probably gonna go get me something to eat because my homie just landed at DIA. So I'm gonna go scoop her up in my whip and we gonna go get some grub. You know what I'm saying? If y'all wanna know what a whip means, let me know. I love y'all. Thanks for joining me. And catch me back here next time whenever I go live. So make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell in addition so that you know exactly when I'm going live so that you get the notification. And don't ask me what this is on my lip. I think I got a cold sore from putting too much stuff in my mouth. Wait a If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. And make sure you hit the bell so that anytime I go live, because sometimes I like to get jiggy with it and go live. Some clients allow me, some don't. Most don't. Most don't like y'all watching their session. They like their privacy. But hit that bell, y'all. And I'll catch you here next time. And remember, I am Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya. Look, this is how the kids say it. Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya. What's up, Michelle? Nah, it's for all people. I do white people too. I just didn't want to, go live with her, but I do white people because they're losing their hair too. And they're using conditioner. And let me be clear, the white people booking with me, they have wavy hair because I'm a textured hair specialist. I'm a textured hair expert, actually. I'm a hydration expert too, and I'm a hair and scalp restoration expert in addition. So thanks. Love y'all. Michelle, love you. King Von, love you. Queen, if you out there, I love you. Quilla, all of you amazing individuals that just hung out with me. Wait, I dried my hair last night, decided to take the leap and post it here using my water. That's what's up, Von. People are watching. Keep doing it, Von, and you're going to get to my level eventually. I love you too, Michelle. Thanks for your support. Von, thanks for the support. Quayla B, hair misses you too. Come on back. I'll train you. Just reach out. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks, me. Thank you. Thank you. Gorgeous gray hair. Are you in Houston? No, Summer. I'm in old Denver, Colorado, where they said don't nobody know how to do hair. That's what they told me in Georgia. Don't nobody in Denver know how to do hair. I said, hair? What is hair? And they was like, hair. And I was like, oh. And I said, how come you don't think nobody in Denver know how to do hair? And then now I know why they were saying that. Because so many people are only into hairstyles and they're not into hair care. Ooh, that's what made me change my game. I said, oh, really? Huh. Let me take these braids off my menu. Let me take these extensions off my menu. Let me take this relaxer off my menu. And now I'm averaging over 10,000 a month. Go figure. Hey, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm gonna go kick it, enjoy my money. So I love y'all. And until next time, keep it holistic and make sure y'all order yourself the new hydration treatment that makes your hair soft. Okay? Bye. Deuces.